Got a little Tuesday action coming up here. Got some brewskis in hand. What up, Steve, Donald, Jeff, Mark? What up, guys? Alright, so, well, let's not use that. Let's use this one. Alright. So, got a cold little porch rocker in hand. Definitely the sweetest beer that I like. It's not shandy sweet, but it's definitely a little sweeter than the typical beer that I'll drink. But I do like it. So, we'll be going through a couple of those tonight on a Tuesday. What up, Jake? I went to a place where getting it out of a can was not an option. Didn't have an option for that. I went to a grocery store today and pretty much just had bottle options for this stuff. So I was like, oh, because you can only get Porch Rocker for like a month. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get me some Porch Rocker this year. Alright. Well, let's look at what is available as far as giveaways go. Alright, as always, you buy 5 or more spots, you're going to get something in the mail. Tonight, 5 or more spots get you a pack of Prestige Football 2024. It's a Gravity pack. How about some Topps Baseball 2023 Gravity? We'll go throw old school with some NHL Hockey 1990-91 Upper Deck Hockey. Some USA Basketball from Skybox. This is a 1996 product. And then we have NBA Hoops Gravity from 22-23. So some good stuff. Buy 5 or more spots. Now, if you bought 10 or more, we're going to throw you out a pretty nice upgrade. How about some Chronicle Draft Picks 2022 Jumbo? It's a Jumbo Value Pack. Then some Absolute Football 2024 Gravity Pack. Upper Deck Hockey 2020-2021. Some Donruss Basketball 23-24, maybe a Wemby rookie. And then we'll end it with a little hobby pack love, some Big League Baseball from 2023. So that's a look at what is coming your way if you bought 5 or more spots. Always going to have something coming your way. Alright. Well, let's go and take a look. There are quite a few spots still out there, so if you guys have a friend that might be interested in grabbing a spot, tonight might be a good night. Get yourself and a friend some $20 credits as well. So if you ever had anybody that wanted to try a break, feel free to use your Dad Bucks rewards. You're signed up. If you haven't, join. It's completely free. You get points every time. You get discounts and then enter towards giveaways that we do in the future. But then also use the referral program. And all they have to do is buy 1 spot. So if you use your referral program, you'll sign up. You'll send them the link. They use it. They sign up. And then get any spot tonight. Any spot. It could be a $5 spot, whatever it could be. They would get a $20 bonus, and you would get a $20 bonus towards a future break. So, pretty cool deal with that. if you ever have a friend that wants to try breaking or you think might enjoy it. So what is available? Let's look. We've got football. This is the mini helmet, so it's one autographed mini helmet and 2 autographed jerseys. And the spots that we have available tonight, we have the Panthers, the Bears, the Browns, the Chargers, the Saints, the Jets, and the Steelers, and the Commanders. So, like I said, do have several good spots in the mini helmet break tonight. Baseball bat. Baseball bat. This is 1 bat and 2 autographed Gold Rush baseballs. Not a whole lot in either bat break remaining. In this one, we just have the Twins, the Padres, the Rays, and that's it. So just 3 spots. Twins, Padres, Rays. Just sold out that last Centennial spot, so that is sold out. Basketball. Just added the Bulls. This was a spot that sold on eBay. The buyer didn't really understand how breaks work. I really go out of my way to try to make sure that they do, so we don't get any negative feedback. Because I want to make sure people understand that they are buying into a box break. So that went on to the sites. We have the Nets, we have the Bulls, we have the Heat, the T-Wolves, the Pelicans, the Kings, and the Spurs. Right, and so some pretty good. Like Wemby is one of the potential headliners that would be available out there. Football. This is the autographed Duke football paired up with an autographed jersey. Alright, we have the Bears, we have the Cowboys, we have the Jaguars, and the Titans. Remember, so pretty big names from both of those. Just a reminder, some of these headliners listed. I want to point out the Dak Prescott would be from the Cowboys that's out there, and Caleb Williams from the Bears that is out there. So those spots remain. Baseball, you get 2 teams for 1 price. So you get 2 teams. We're going to do 1 box. You get 2 teams for 1 price. We have the Braves and Tigers, the Mets and Marlins, the Orioles and Nationals, and the Twins and Brewers. The one fun thing about the Mets and Marlins, yes, the Mets is right here with Gary Carter, but the Marlins actually have an Ichiro jersey. That's a Marlins Ichiro as one of the headliners. And then we have just a couple Funko spots, just a couple of these remaining. So it's 1 Funko, 1 autographed jersey, 1 autographed photo, and then I think we just have 1 spot remaining in the bat break. Yeah, the Washington Nationals in this Gold Rush break, which would include the Expos. And then we have, last but not least, we'll end the evening with our Blitz break. So this will be 4 items in 1 box, and it's loaded with monster potential, just absolute monster potential in the hits. So that'll be coming up at the end. All right, and then we are sold out of the authentic. But that's what's in store for us tonight. If you guys have any questions, feel free, let me know. I think it'll be a good time for me to head over here, update the Centennial. I think John ended that one, so let me put John in there with the Centennial, and then we'll get started with that one. So Centennial will be our first break of the night. Alright, so we'll do the Centennial break. Let me just put John's spots in there for everything he got, and then we'll get into the Centennial break. Alright, guys. Looking good, looking good. Let's have some fun. Let me make sure that that is refreshed here. Alright. Alright. What up, Jeff, Dave? Yep. Yeah, Donald, you got one coming your way. I've got a bunch of stuff in it. That's why it's on a delay, because I've just I kept adding to stuff, so it's on its way. Alright, guys. Pacers win that game. Alright, so like I said, we're going to start the evening out. It'll be a centennial break. And with this, I have to get a new case football. What up, William? I'm going to have everybody out there for this break. You're going to put in the chat, very simple, one letter from the alphabet. One letter. Alright, and we'll figure out which box we're going to get, or use rather, from Gold Rush for the jersey. Alright, so I have boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One at the top, 6 in the bottom. Alright, let me mark this down. Right. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There'll be 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so we're going to use the 4th box on here. Alright, so it'll be the 4th box down. So 1, 2, 3, this is 4. This will be the jersey that we end up using. Alright. Now we got to figure out the photo. And in the case, it looks like we have numbers 3, 6, 8, and 10. So 3, 6, 8, and 10 still remain from the case. So let's figure out which photo. 3, 6, 8, 10. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, photo number 8. Alright, so let's get photo 8. Alright, so there we go, photo number 8. And then for the centennial right there, we have just box number 4 missing from the case. Every other number is still there, so only box 4 missing. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1 is our placeholder that you guys saw on the table. 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so we're going to use box number 9. Box 9. So let me grab that. Alright, so you can see there is box 9. There goes box 1. Alright, let me put some gloves on and I'll figure, well, before I do that, I actually got to figure out the order here. Alright. I've got Jake through John. And this is going to help us determine. Now, if this was a 7th time, John would have had the letter Z. And, let's see, Jake would have had the letter A. We're going to do this 7 times. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, here's 5, 6, and 1 more makes it 7. Alright, we're going to have Steve, you're going to have the letter A. And Jake will have the letter Z. Alright, so A through Z, and then I'm going to bring you back here. And I'm going to paste these in, and then in a second we'll refresh it. Alright, Steve, you have the letter A. Matt has the letter B. Steve has the letter C and D. Matt has the letter E and F. John has the letter G. Charlene the letter H. Jake the letter I. Matt has the letter J. Paul the letter K. Steve the letter L. Jeff has the letter M. Charlene the letter N. Jake has the letter O. Matt the letter P. Jake the letter Q. Matt has the letter R. Jake the letter S. Matt has T, U, and V. Paul has W. David has X. Matt has Y. And Jake, you have Z. Alright, I'm going to call no more guesses, and then if anybody wants to make a trade, go ahead and make those proposals. All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. It doesn't look like anybody's looking to make any trades. So, anyone want X? Yeah, Thomas, good luck with the surgery. Got some disappointing news on my side of the family with some health stuff, but won't get into that tonight. Waiting for some more information here first. Alright, we'll call no more guesses, guys. No more guesses and no trades. The way they lifted the ban was odd, though. But it was kind of an assumed would happen with him. I didn't think they would do it league-wide, though. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Alright, guys. We're going to start with the photo. We'll start with that photo. We've got a Whopper here. Get that Whopper. Made burgers on the grill tonight, so Whopper kind of apropos way to start. Use a little habanero cheddar on my burger. It's pretty good. Alright, guys. Alright, well, here we go. We have former Steeler. We've seen this before in a multi-sport, but this coming out of football only. We have former Steeler inside linebacker, Detroit Lion, and Michigan Wolverine, Larry Foote. Larry Foote going out to Matt. Matt, this is going to be a Beckett authenticated Larry Foote. So the letter F getting us started tonight, going out to Matt. Alright, let me mark that. Foot kicks it off. Well done indeed. Alright, guys. This was box 4. Box 4, first one from the case. Let's see what we can pull out of this guy. Alright, secondary seal is right there. Oh, Doctor! How about the letter N getting a big hit right there? Bo Nix. Bo Nix going to the letter N. Charlene. Denver hit right there. Nice hit, Charlene. Bo Nix. That's a great pull. Beckett on the authentication. The young QB stud. Alright, Charlene. Alright, cheers. Alright, let's see what we pull this time out of our Centennial. Alright, we've got that tapped up. Box 9. Box 9. We have a secondary seal under there. We'll get to that in a second. Alright. Good luck, everybody. We'll cut into that area right now. Alright. Let's give it a rip. Ooh, look at this. Is that a rookie? Trying to see if it's a rookie. It is a rookie. Alright, we have an autograph PSA 10. Eddie George. Eddie George PSA DNA rookie autograph. Look at that. Eddie George right there. Autographed rookie. Alright, so that'll be the letter G going out to John. John, nice hit right there. Eddie George. autograph PSA rookie. Alright, so we have F, G, and N. F, G, and N. Alright, so F, G, and N. Where am I here? F, G, and N. Alright, so F, G, and N. Where is everybody? Alright. Top name, there'll be 2 hits, 1 whammy. So there's a G. I think we're going to have a head-to-head matchup. Steve versus Mark. Alright, top name on the 7th time. Steve or Mark, you're going to get the box of mystery. There's 4, there's 5. We're at 6. 1 more makes it 7. Alright, it's going to be Mark. Mark, you are going to get the box of mystery. Alright, Mark, hold on 1 second. Is this one right here? Alright, Mark. 2 hits, 1 whammy, Mark. 2 hits, 1 whammy tonight. Alright, Mark, you're going to have a choice. Trash, gold, or babes. Trash, gold, or babes. This is going to be for Mark. And Mark, it is the first 2 letters of your last name are ST, right? I just want to make sure I have the right Mark. Mark, well, the first 2 letters of your last name, ST, I just want to make sure I have the right one. Yes, okay. Thank you, Mark. Sorry for any confusion. Alright, guys. That means you passed up on the trash. And inside the trash was the big one. It was the encased Brock Purdy rookie with a chance at an autograph. Alright, so we missed out on the Brock Purdy rookie. Alright. In the gold was a, who's your sugar daddy? You could have had your very own pair of sugar daddy socks. Alright, so you missed out on 1 pair of sugar daddy socks. Alright, so you missed out on the whammy. Alright, Mark. Coming out of the babes is a pack of 2023 Rookies and Stars. Alright, 2023 Rookies and Stars. Let's see if we can get you a couple nice rookies out of here. Alright. Eden Hutchinson. We have Jamal Williams. There's a Khalil Herbert. There is a Joey Bosa. Johan Dotson. Justin Jefferson. A Jalen Hurts. Here's a rookie right here. There's a former, 3rd overall? Will Anderson Jr. And then you have out of here, the rookies are on this side. That is Riley Moss. Riley Moss rookie. And is that Charlie? Yes, it is. Charlie Jones. All right, so a couple, 3 rookies in there coming out of that pack. And those cards coming your way, Mark. All right. Give me a second. I just want to catch up. I did have several orders come in here. Just a reminder, there are some really good spots on the site still, so if you're interested, take a look. Let's see, I've got William getting a little Magic basketball love tonight, so... And then you've got the Cubbies and the White Sox. Let's see, Cardinals, Royals, Texas Rangers, Memphis Grizzlies, and then Matt grabbing the T-Wolves, Dudley with doubles, Steve's grabbing the Jaguars. And a couple more that came in, Matt and Chris. Alright, Chris, you have the Blitz. And then Matt got the Cowboys. And the Spurs. And a couple in the Blitz. Alright, guys. Thank you, guys. Alright, so let me take care of this real quick, and then I want to just give you a quick update. Alright. So here we are over at dad-breaks.com. Upcoming schedule. We're breaking right now. Tonight's the 13th. We will break again this Friday and then next Tuesday. Then we'll break the following Friday, and then it's going to get a little unique. You'll see over the next probably month, there'll be, I think, 3 weeks where there'll only be one break. I don't think there'll be any weeks where I skip a break the whole week, but be 3 out of those, I think, 4 or 5 weeks after that, where they'll start to be just one per week because of travel for work. A lot of travel, like end of the year graduation stuff and all sorts of things, and starting to get ready for the next school year. We'll have some stuff in the early June. July won't be as crazy though, but June definitely will be. Alright, so what's out there, guys? Real quickly, we have the three box break here, 1 mini helmet, 2 jerseys. We're looking at just the Panthers, Bears, Brownies, Chargers, Saints, Jets, Steelers, Commanders, and then baseball bat. Just a couple spots in this one. It's 1 bat, 2 balls. We have the Twins and the Rays. Just Twins and Rays in that. Basketball. It's 1 autograph basketball, 1 jersey. We have the Nets. We have the Heat. We have the Pelicans. We have the Kings, and that's it. Football. This is the Duke football. At this point, we just have the Bears and the Titans left. Titans have a I think there was a multi one on here with the Titans, if I'm not mistaken. That I think I put a note in about it. There's a Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry signed ball, and that we're awarding that one to the Titans. All other ones would be normal, but that one I decided to award to the Titans. I'm not sure if it says Titans on the ball or not. I wanted to let people know that. We have the baseball jersey, so it's 1 jersey, you get 2 teams for the price. We have the Braves and the Tigers, Mets, Marlins, Orioles, Nationals, Twins, Brewers. And then we have we just have 1 spot remaining, the Nationals in the single bat 2 baseball break. And that includes Expo hits on that. And then we also have, I think there's like 4, maybe 5 spots remaining in the Blitz break. and then everything else sold out. So just a few spots remaining out there right now. That said, I think it's a good time to do some divisional love. Alright, I'm going to have everybody out there. You are going to give me in the chat one NFL division. One NFL division. Go ahead and put that in the chat. We have boxes 2 and 7 as possibilities here for this. 2 and 7. We definitely have people in the break that are from Florida. Not sure if anybody's in there right now, though, but we do have people. All right. 2 and 7 are possibilities. 2, 7, one time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, we're gonna swap this. We're gonna go with box 7. All right, box 7 coming on. All right, so we got this guy right there. Box 2, adios, amigo. All right, last call on the guesses here. Last call. Thomas, picnic on my wife's side, and then it's my nephew's birthday on my family side, so we'll just have a get together that way. That's the brunt of it. You. All right, we got Steve with the AFC East, Jake the AFC North, Chris the AFC South, Jake the AFC West, Chris the NFC East, June the NFC North, Chris the NFC South, and Jake has the NFC West. All right, guys, I'm going to call no more guesses here. And let's use a football. Let's do it right here. A little football. Squishy love. Box 7. Sealed up. All the way around. Good luck, everybody. It's a pull tab. Alright, let's see what we're pulling out of here. A Falcons hit. We were hot with the Falcons in the mini. Alright, not sure of the hit. It's on the front, though. Not sure. It looks like it says 97, maybe? Not sure. We'll have to check this out. Either way, it's going to be an NFC South hit going out to Chris. Chris is going to pull this one home. Hey, but if you're healing, it's better than hurting. That's the way I'll look at it. I don't know if it's Jonathan Abram. It's Beckett on the authentication, I can tell you that much. Alright, 2W 354895. And we've got 29964. Grady Jarrett. There we go. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, so a little Grady Jarrett love. All right, so there's a look at that. Former, I believe, Falcon. Grady Jarrett. Atlanta Falcon right there. Played, what, like 10 years, I want to say? Maybe 8 years? 8 to 10 years, something like that. For the Falcons. All right. Dad and Will, David, you were on top of that. All right, let me mark that down here. NFC South. Garrett. Alright, so NFC. And by the way, we're going to take 2 names out of all these that guessed correctly. So NFC South. Chad. What up, Chad? Chad's name is getting added. Dudley's name is getting added. Chris, you're added. And that's it for now. So we got Chad, Dudley, and Chris. Alright guys, it's baseball jersey time. Go ahead and give me a baseball division. Put that in the chat. I have box 2 as a placeholder. And I also have box 4. 2 and 4 are possibilities here. 2 is the one on the table. 2 and 4. There's one time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 4. Alright, let me grab that. Box 4. Alright. Here we are, box 4. There goes box 2. Alright guys, we have Jake with the AL East, Chris the AL Central, Paul the AL West, William the NL East, Jeff the NL Central, and Jake the NL West. Alright guys, I'm going to call no more guesses here. Let's get our little baseball on wheels. Alright, box 4. There's our seal right here. All the way around. Backside. We're going to cut into that right now. Murphy. Alright, from the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves, we have Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy on his 80s colors Braves jersey. Alright, so that'll be an NL East. And that's going out to William. Alright, so David and William, congratulations. JSA on your authentication. Dale Murphy on the hit. Alright, so Dale Murphy going out to David and William. Dale Murphy. Alright. NL East. Chad, 2 for 2 on the guessing. Kelsey with the correct guess, and Charlene / Mike Anderson. Dad and Will not only got the correct guess, but they got the hit as well. Steve, the correct guess. Alright, so I have Chad, Kelsey, Dad and Will, Mike, and Steve. And that is Dad and Will, aka David and William. And Mike is Charlene. Alright, guys. One more. This is for the 16 by 20 and the 8 by 10. Alright, so you're going to either put active or retired baseball, active or retired football, active or retired basketball, hockey, or other. Alright, let's figure out the 8 by 10. We have every number, it looks like, but 3 and 9. 3 and 9 look like they're already dispatched. So we've got 3, we've got 9. 1 time, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so it's, oh wait, every number but 3 and 9. Can't even blame it on the alcohol this time. 1 time, 2, 3, 6, and 7 times. Box 5 for the photo. Alright, box 5. Let's cross that off on the cheat sheet. Box 5's right there. Alright. For the 16 by 20, we have box 1 right there. Alright, so box 1 is on the table. We also have boxes 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. So it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 9. Box 9 gonna be looking fine. Alright, let's grab that. Alright, box 9 is gonna be coming on. box 1. Alright, last call on those guesses. Well, we've got Zachary with active and retired baseball, Jake with active and retired football, Shirlene with active and retired basketball, Case has hockey, and Roman has other. Alright, guys, no more guesses here. Good luck here. Let's use... Alright, why not? Box 5, my dad rocks. Got a seal that goes across there. We're going to just give it a good old-fashioned rip. Oh, that's a great one. We have retired hockey player, but it doesn't matter. It's hockey. Hall of Famer, Brett Hall. Brett Hall. All right, foot was not in the crease, right? Foot was not in the crease. Here we go. Brett Hall. Brett Hall. His foot was in the crease, but that was a weird rule. All right, so we have hockey. Ace, congrats. Yeah, I like that picture too. Alright. Let's see. This is box 9. Here we are, box 9. Giving us a tap right there. Dad rocks. Photo looking good. We have, Doctor. Oh, that's not who I thought it is. It's an active player. Active. I thought for a second we had Acuna. It's active baseball player. One of the better young defensive players. Unfortunately, his back does not match. We have Christian Pache. Christian Pache. It's a sick photo. Defensively, and unbelievable. And then he's catching the ball, robbing a home run there. Was one of the players involved in the trade whenever they got Matt Olson. All right. Yeah, he was on the Phillies for a little while until he was in the trade for Austin Mays whenever they decided to trade for Austin Mays. Alright, so we have Zachary with active baseball and Brett with hockey. Yeah, I thought that he would develop into like a 240, 250 hitter. And he actually had, even though it's a lanky frame, he had like a Michael A. Taylor kind of frame where there was the potential for some home runs even though it was a lanky frame. He just hasn't connected on that. Alright, so who are we adding here? We are adding Matt and Dudley. Hold on. Excuse me. Donald. Mike. Chad. And Jake. Alright, so we just added Dudley, Matt, Donald, Mike, Chad, and Jake. Alright, guys. Thank you. Dudley? Alright, I'm going to put all those names into random.org in a second, but first, I'm going to put together the potential hits here. So we'll have 3 boxes. One will have a whammy. And 2 will have hits. Alright. One whammy, 2 hits. And I'm putting those out there now. We have silver, gold, and shark. Alright, 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Top 2 names. Alright, Chad and Dudley. Alright, Chad, you're going to pick your box first, and Dudley, you're going to pick your box second. Alright, Chad and Dudley. Alright, Chad going with the shark. And Dudley. Which one will Dudley go with? Dudley's going with the gold. Alright, you both passed up in silver. Alright, the silver, let's push this to the front. The silver had, you guys were smart. The silver had the shuttlecocks. So no one's taking home any of these bad boys. Those dingle dangles. Alright, that means that Dudley, you got the shark, that you went with gold, right? Alright, so gold has a pack of Chronicles Baseball 2023. Alright, Chronicles Baseball 2023, and that one is going out to Dudley. Alright, Dudley, let's see what we're getting out of here. There's a Kevin Alcantara, a Yiddy Cap. Let's turn this. There's a Drake Baldwin, Samuel Zavala, a really good young prospect for the Padres, really young prospect. And that was a Prism. And then Zach Veen. Nice looking Zavala, though. Alright, those cards coming your way, Dudley. Alright, Chad. There's a bonus in here for you. There's not 1, but 2 packs in this one, Chad. How about Mosaic Football and Donruss Basketball? Alright, so Chad, 2 for the price of 1. Alright, so we have a little 24-25 Gravity Basketball here. Ayo! A rookie right here. There's a little Reese, I can't say his name, but Reese, he's not bad. A parallel rookie of Jamal Sheed. Brandon Podziemski, who actually had a really nice season for the Warriors. Not over yet. And then Aaron Gordon. Yeah, I'm terrible with names. Alright, Chad. Here's Mosaic 2024. This is it right here. This is the good stuff. Cole Kmet right there. DeForest Buckner. Jalen Waddle Waddle, a James Cook, a national pride, a Jordan Whitehead, former Pitt Panther, and a parallel Anthony Gold Prism, rookie. Nothing huge, unfortunately. Alright, guys. You guys are welcome. Alright, let me get caught up here real quick on spots since I last did that. So I've got Michael, John, David, Dudley, and I think I put Matt in there already. Dudley has the Friars tonight. I think I put that in yet. Oh. David has the Twinnies and the Bears. John, the O's and the Nats and the Jets. Michael, you've got the Steelers and the Panthers. And then you grabbed a spot in that break right there. Alright. Real quickly, go in and update us. Bear with me a second. Alright. Here's a look at what we got on the site. Baseball-wise, guys, this is a single baseball jersey. You get two teams for one price here. We've got the Braves, Tigers, the Mets, Marlins. That's one of my favorite spots because the Marlins have the most underrated hit in that series. That is a Marlins Ichiro. We have the Twins and Brewers. The three spots, 6 teams. Then in basketball, you get 2 item chances here. A basketball and a jersey. We have the Nets, we have the Heat, the Pelicans, and we have the Kings. Alright, so that's a look at those right there. Football, the Duke. We have the Bears and the Titans. Bears and Titans in the Duke football. That's right there. Baseball, just the Rays at this point. Just have the Rays. Then we have the other baseball break. This one just has the Nationals. We have the mini helmet. It is 1 mini helmet, 2 jerseys. Just a couple spots remaining now, 2 or 3. Browns, Chargers, Saints, and Commanders. So there are 4. All right. Brown, Chargers, Saints, and Commanders. And then we just have, I think, like 3 spots in each of these, the Funko and the Blitz, which I'm not worried about just yet. But that's what remains. Let's do our only full size of the night, guys. Only full size of the night. Why not? It's time for a little hit parade. It'll be this box right here, box 57. Alright, box 57 is the one we're going to use. And for this, guys, I'm going to have everybody out there, you're going to put in the chat, you're just going to give me one NFL team. One NFL team. If the team you give me comes out of the box here, it could be the mini helmet, it could be the authentic helmet. If it comes out of there, you are going to get a box of mystery. No ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody that guesses correctly is going to get a box of mystery. If we have more than 4, it'll then be placing cards out, and we'll use random.org. But automatically guess correctly, getting something tonight in this break specifically. Yes, John, that was really sweet. The one you're mentioning. Alright, guys. We have in our break We have Jake with the Cardinals, Scott with the Falcons, Jones has the Ravens, Mike has the Buffalo Bills, Sarah's got the Panthers, Matt has the Bears, Chase has the Bungles, Mike has the Brownies, Eduardo with the boys, Christian's got the Broncos, Matt's got the Lions, June's got the Pack Attack, Stacy with the Texans, Jeff has his Colts, Chad's got the Jags, Matt's got the Chiefs, William's got the Raiders, Dudley's got the Chargers, June's got the Rams, Scott's got the Dolphins, Stacy with the Vikes, Marcus in the house here with the Saints, Kelsey's got the Giants, we've got Stacy with the Jets, Rick with the Fly Eagle Fly, Charlene with them Steelers, June with the Niners, Sarah with the Seahawks, Justin with the Bucks, Case with the Titans, and Dave is on the commode. Alright guys, no more guesses. Let's do this. Life is like a box of helmets. You never know what you're going to get. Alright. Box 57. Sealed up. Got lots of goodness on this. Alright, you're going to see that seal, tamper resistant, whatever they call it, right there. And we're going to get into it right now. Good luck, everybody. Certificate of authenticity. All of this good stuff right here. It's an active player. I'm going to start you out like that. It's an active player. Alright, did I do? Yep, I did the no more guesses. Alright. From the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys on the full-size hit. I will try to hide the mini still. So we try to hide the mini so we don't give that part away. But on the full-size authentic helmet, we have defensive back Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs coming out of there. Alright, so it's Beckett authenticated on the Trayvon Diggs. Alright, without further ado, and I'll give you a better look at this, Eduardo, here in a second. Our mini helmet from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Rookie wide receiver, first round draft pick, Brian Thomas. Awesome. That is Fanatics authenticated. First round draft pick, Brian Thomas. Big hit there for the Jaguars. Alright, Jacksonville Jaguars, Chad. Nice hit right there. Brian Thomas. Fanatics again authenticated on a big time hit for you there, Brian Thomas. Alright, Eduardo. Here's your Trayvon Diggs. And again, an authentic full size. And this one is Beckett on your authentication. Alright, let me mark these down. Alright. Let's see whose name is getting added right here. So, or getting a box of mystery. Alright, so Cowboys and Jaguars. Chad got the hit and the guess. And that is the only one correctly guessed. Alright, no one with the Cowboys as a guess, but just a Jaguar guess. Alright, Chad, well, congrats on the hit and the correct guess. One more look at the SIGs. put these over here in a safe spot. All right. Alright. Here's the question, Chad. Chad, are you going to go with silver, gold, or babes? There's 2 hits, 1 whammy. Silver, gold, or babes, Chad? Babes it is. Alright, that means you passed up on silver. Inside of silver was a pack of Chronicles draft picks from 2023. Alright, so we missed out on the Chronicles draft picks. Alright. Then you passed up on the golden egg, and inside the golden egg was a chance at a CJ Stroud auto rookie. At least an encased short print was going to be in there. So we missed out on a big chance right there. And instead, we went with the babes. And coming out of the babes, how about your very own set of mustaches? You'll be the life of the party when you peel one of these on. Alright, congratulations, Chad. These bad boys will be coming with your Brian Thomas helmet. Alright, guys. Trying to make it entertaining. It happens. Alright. Let me see. I've got Jake, Case, and John with some spots. John, I've got you in for 3 spots in the Blitz. Case has the Nationals. Jake grabbing that last Blitz spot. A Funko spot. The Clee Brownies. The Mets Marlins. And the Braves and Tigers. Alright. Let me fix that. Alright. It is time for a little bit of baseball. Alright, guys. This is going to be for 1 autograph baseball bat. There are some spots on the site still if you're interested. This is going to be for 1 Gold Rush, and it's the last one from the entire series. So the entire series, it's the last Gold Rush bat from this whole entire Lumber series. It's going to be paired up with not 1 but 2 baseballs, and these are the last 2 baseballs, so it's going to be boxes 4 and 6. So we know it's these guys right here. What you are going to tell me is, what 4 Major League Baseball players are you going to guess? You're going to guess 4 players. If the player you guess comes out of either baseball or the bat, you are going to get a box of mystery. There will be no whammies, and one person is guaranteed to get an autograph. Or a chance. One of the boxes is guaranteed to be an autograph. I should word it like that. There you go. Jake. Alright. We know what's on the tables, what's in this break. We have Jake with the Diamondbacks. Chris has the Braves, the Orioles, and the Red Sox. Andrew's got the Cubs. Williams got the White Sox and the Reds. Chris has the Guardians and the Rocks. Williams got the Tigers, aka William and David. Chris has the Astros. Richard has the Royals and the Angels. Charles is in charge of the Dodgers, who are desperately in the need for a hit. Steve has the Marlins. Jake has the Brewers, the Twins, and the Mets. Case has the Yanks. Andrew with the A's. Matt with the Phillies. Jake has the Pirates. Rick with the Padres. Zachary's got the Giants. Those are his Giants. I should word it like that almost. Richard's got the M's. Rick has the Cards. Joseph with the Rays. Jake has the Rangers. Mike has his Jays. And Case with the Nats. And the Expos. Alright, guys. No more guesses. Good luck, everybody. We're gonna throw it back. We're going for at least one old school Hall of Famer in this break. With the Hall of Famer, umpire Doug Harvey. Stirac! Alright, guys. Put a little baseball note out there. Forgot to do that. Give me a second. Real quick. We have box 4. It is sealed up. The seal goes all the way around. I'll take that outer seal off while that note is on the screen, and then I'll take that note off so we have more space to see things in a second. Well, you can look there. You can see that secondary seal. And we're going to cut into that momentarily. Alright, guys. We have a Gold Glove baseball. A Gold Glover coming out of here. Alright, who do we have? Oh, alright. We have Rawlings Gold Glove. We have Bobby Shantz, 8-time Gold Glover. He won most of his Gold Gloves, if I'm not mistaken, in the 50s. Bobby Shantz. Yeah, he played, 50s right there. Bobby Shantz. 1952 AL MVP. I want to say Yankees, but let's take a look. Bobby Shantz. Like I said, I want to guess the Yankees here. Could be wrong. Yankees is what I remember because he lost. He actually is, I think, the loser of the World Series in 1960. Born? Is he still alive? He's 99 years old. He's almost 100. Pottstown, PA, not Pottsville. See, I remember him, and then he played for the Pirates. So he lost the World Series to the Pirates, and then played for them the following year. All right, this is actually a no-doubter. This is going to be the Philadelphia Athletics, guys. Not the Phillies. The Philadelphia Athletics / Kansas City Athletics / Oakland Athletics / Sacramento Athletics / Las Vegas Athletics. Guys, this is the A's. This is going to be an A's hit. All right, so we have an Oakland A is how I still am putting it out there. So we have Oakland A's, and that's going out to Andrew. Andrew, that's really cool. Bobby Shantz. As I mentioned, 8-time Gold Glover. That's a neat hit right there. Alright, so Oakland A's. Bobby Shantz. Alright, guys. Oh, Duck RV tap right there. Box 6. Box 6. We see that seal. And it's coming over. You can see the shiny goodness right there. One more time to there. Alright, we have seen this name before. It's been a little while. Former Rookie of the Year. Alright, Rawlings, authenticated. Major League Baseball, former Rookie of the Year. Injuries unfortunately derailed his career. Excuse me. We have Pat Listash. Pat Listash. This will be a Milwaukee Brewer hit. Alright, so we have a Milwaukee Brewer, Pat Listash. Alright, so Pat Listash, Milwaukee Brewers, Jake in the house on that one. Alright, Jake, congratulations. Oh, Pat Listash love. Alright guys, it is bat time. Last one from the case. Alright, so there's this box number 2 sealed up, and I believe we're going to be opening up on this end, and you're looking at no. Give it a little tap. I believe that should be the knob end. Rawlings baseball bat. Alright, here we go. We have Nolan Gorman. Nolan Gorman, and he's got, it looks like that's his middle name maybe? Nolan Gorman coming out of here. Third baseman turned second baseman from the St. Louis Cardinals. Nolan Gorman. Alright, so that'll be a St. Louis Cardinal hit. And that's going out to Rick. Rick. There we go. Whatever happened? Pat Listash, he just injuries killed his career. I think that's the question there. Alright, so Nolan Gorman, baseball bat. Alright. Any Gorman guesses? Those were some tough guesses, I'm not gonna lie. Chad with the Gorman guess. Alright, Chad, congratulations. Nice guess. Alright, no whammies in this, Chad. I put these boxes out here for you. You've been on a whammy roll, but this time, you can't get one. Alright, Chad cannot get a whammy on this one. Alright, there's all good stuff here, Chad. There's no weaker or anything. One with a guaranteed auto, though. Alright, Chad. Which one would you like? Good guess. We have Flowers, Police, and Silver. Well, that's fun, Chad. Alright, Chad going with the Police. Alright. We passed up on Flowers. Coming out of Flowers was a Topps Chrome, one of the very hard to find or valuable, one of the top products in the last few years, that's for sure. 2024. We passed up on Silver. Silver had the guaranteed auto pack. So right there was the last one from the box. Guaranteed to have at least one auto in it. That means we went with the Police. And Chad, coming out of here is a Jumbo 2022 Donruss 30 card pack. Alright, we're going to be opening this up, Chad. See what kind of cards we can pull for you here. There's 30 of them in there. Alright, a little JP Crawford. JT Realmuto. Wilson Contreras. Tom Seaver. Mitch Haniger. Shane McClanahan. Fernando Tatis Jr. Jordan Alvarez. Joe Musgrave. Randy Arozarena. Glybar Torres. Tommy Edman. Kyle Seager. Mike Trout. Nate Lowe. Luis Garcia. Mookie Betts. Ronzi Contreras. Sandy Alcantara. Greg Dykman. There's another Mike Trout. Jarren Duran rookie. That's a nice pull right there. There's a Dougie right there. Look at that Dougie. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. Those are more the short prints, Dougie. There's a Gavin Sheets, Diamond King here of Salvi, Josh Lowe. There's a Jaimier Candelario, Bryce Harper, a Lars Nootbaar, and an Unleashed Ken Griffey Jr. That's a nice card right there. Nice pull of Ken Griffey Jr. Alright, Chad, those cards coming your way. You are welcome. Alright, give me a second here. Share this. Alright, guys. Alright. Real quickly. Here's what remains. There's just like one or two on most of these products here. So for baseball, the single jersey break, the only thing we have left here are the Twins and Brewers. Everything else is sold out. We still have the Twins and Brewers. So you get two teams for one price. So it's basically like paying $5 a spot there for Twins and Brewers. Basketball, this is one I think we have the most left in at this point. There are two items. One autographed basketball, one jersey. We have the Nets. We have the Heat. We have the Kings. That's it. So Nets and the Pelicans. Alright, so we have the Nets, Heat, the Pelicans, and the Kings. Football. This is the Duke Ball. We just have the Bears and the Titans, guys. Just the Bears and the Titans. Baseball. In this, we just have the Tampa Bay Rays. Just to have the Tampa Bay Rays. The football here, this just has the Chargers and the Commanders. So Chargers and Commanders. Chargers actually have several hits that are pretty good in there. Then we have Funko. There's just two spots remaining in the Funko. Two spots remaining in the Funko. Guys, we just sold out of the Blitz. Let's do it. Let's do the Blitz. Alright. Everything's out there. We know it's going to be this box right here. The one that's coming on the screen. It's a biggie. So we'll make this work. Let me move these things back just a little. Alright. For this, Very simple. Everybody out there, put one NFL team in the chat. All right, one NFL team. If you correctly guess the team that comes out of any of the 4 items, you are going to get a pack of your choice. First person to guess will get it down, and we'll move down. So the earlier you guess correctly, the better. All right, we are going to figure out what teams you guys are going to get now. All right, so go ahead, figure out those teams. If this was the 7th time, though, Jake would have the Commanders, Zachary would have the Cardinals. But we're going to take this and put it into random.org. There's 32 names right there. Here's 1 time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 more makes it 7 times. All right, Paul is going to have the Cardinals. And Matt will have the Commanders. All right, so I'm going to copy those. Oops, wrong list right there. Copy those. All right, guys. We have Paul with the Cardinals, Zachary with the Falcons, Kelsey's got the Ravens, Matt's got the Bills, John with the Panthers, Jake with the Bears, June has the Bengals, Jeff has the Browns, Jake with the Cowboys, John has the Broncos, Christina has the Lions, Mike has the Packers, John with the Texans, Jeff has the Colts, Jake with the Jags, Larry with the Chiefs, Paul with the Raiders, Adam's got the Chargers, Rick with the Rams, Chris has the Dolphins, Jake has the Vikes, John with the Pats, David with the Saints, Jeff has the Giants and Jets. We have Jake with the Fly Eagle Fly, John with the Steelers, Jake with the Niners, Michael's got the Seahawks, Larry with the Bucks, Zachary's got the Titans, and Matt sitting there with the Commode. I'm going to call no more guesses here, guys, and then I'm going to give you guys, anybody that wants to make a trade here. Paul, I don't know if Paul's in the chat, but Paul, you have an offer for the Cardinals, the Jaguars for the Cardinals. Nate, I got you in there. Alright. Doesn't look like we're going to do any trades, so let's do this. Let's get this rolling. A little beer juice is welcomed. Maybe not all the time, but in here it is. Alright, guys. Let's go. Sealed up. All the way around. Let's give this a big ol' cut. See what we got. There is a helmet in here. There is a helmet. Alright. We will start with this item from the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons. We have Drake London. Drake London, Atlanta Falcons jersey. Alright, so that's Beckett authenticated going to Zachary. Alright, Zachary. Drake London jersey. Alright. I see a mini helmet. This is a mini helmet of Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold from the Minnesota Vikings. So the Minnesota Vikings, that's a pretty cool looking signature on the helmet there. That'll be a Sam Darnold to the Vikes. And that is going out to Jake. Jake, congratulations. Sam Darnold. Beckett on your authentication. Alright, the next one is a baseball. Yes, that's right. I said baseball. Probably a football player that signed it. We'll see that here in a second, but let me mark this Vikings hit first. Alright, here we go. Autograph baseball. If there's no team, and there's unlikely to be a team, it'll go to the team he's currently with. We have an autograph baseball by wide receiver Davante Adams. Davante Adams, that's a Rams hit, guys. That is going out to Rick. Davante Adams. Davante Adams, and that'll be a Rams hit. No team on this. Authenticated baseball. Here we are. Davante Adams. Alright guys, the last item, we've been consistent. So far every box has had a photo. This one will be a photo as well. Every Blitz box has. Not every Blitz box does though. But so far they have. Alright, there we go. Give it a beer juice tap. Sealed up. Here we go. One cut there. Another cut. And a pop-up. Oh, here we go. We just pulled this out of the... You would think that two boxes in the same case would have a different photo. But here we are. Tyreek Cheetah Hill, Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins on the hit right there. That'll go out to Chris. Chris, congratulations. Tyreek Hill on an autograph 16 by 20. 16 by 20. Hey Chris, you are welcome. That's Beckett authenticated. It's a really cool photo. All right, guys. You here guessed correctly. We had Falcons, Rams, Dolphins, and Vikings. Alright, Nate, you guessed correctly. You'll get a pack. Alright, so let's do it then. Nate. Kelsey, you will get a pack. David and Will. June, what up, June? We're gonna get a pack. Dudley's getting a pack. Alright, I think that's everybody. I think this is going to be the order. If I missed anybody, let me know. Dudley, June, William, Kelsey, and Nate. I think that's everybody. Let me get couple more pack options. All right. Alright, I think that's everybody. No one said I missed anybody. Alright, I'm going to put these out by year. Alright, Dudley, you're going to pick first, then June, then David/William, then Kelsey, and then Nate. Alright, I'm putting these out by year. We have Score 2013. Score 2019. And then we're going to have Prism Draft Picks 21. Then we're going to have several from 2022. We'll have Prestige, it's a Gravity Pack from 2022. Bowman U Chrome from 2022. And then Chronicles Draft Picks from 2022. And then 2 from 2023, Rookies and Stars and Chronicles Draft Picks. Alright, so that's a look at everything. Dudley, you pick first, then June, then David/William, and then Kelsey, then Nate. Several spots remain out there, guys, if you're interested. Go ahead and start making your picks. I'm just going to catch up on the spots that came in by Jose and David. David closing out that Twins Brewers spot. Thank you. And Jose got the Commanders. Alright, so like I said, several spots out there, so if you have an interest, check out the site. Alright. Dudley, you went with the second pack. You got Score. Alright, June. Go ahead, June. You're going to make your selection. Second pack right here. Score 2019 for Dudley. Alright, June's picking, and then David/William. Alright, Dudley, this is yours. June's going Prism. Alright, David/William, you can make yours. Ooh, good wide receiver rookie in here. Myles Garrett. DJ Chark. Eric Berry. Josh Allen, second year card. Zay Jones. Josh Rosen. Rodgers. There's a Baker. Myles Garrett. There's a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. A David Sills. And check out that Debo rookie right there. Debo Samuel rookie. Alright, nice pull right there. Great receiver class. Alright, Prism went to June. Alright, Rookies and Stars is going out to David. This leaves Kelsey, then Nate. Alright, June, here's your Prism draft picks. Carson Wentz. Larry Fitz. Here's a Trevor Lawrence rookie Prism. Nice pull right there. Parallel, and then you got a Mac Jones, his former teammate even, rookie. But Trevor Lawrence Prism rookie, great pull. And then Azeez Ojulari. But how about that, June? T-Law rookie Prism. Alright, Kelsey, you went Prestige. That leaves Nate. Alright, David/William. This is your Rookies and Stars. There's a Michael Thomas. DJ Moore. There's a Justin Herbie. Sam Howell. You have an Alec Pierce. There's a Justin Fields parallel. How about a little Patty Mahomes? Draft class rookie Bryce Young. That's a nice pull right there. Bryce Young rookie. What do we have here? Drew Sanders. And ending it there with a Sean Clifford. Sean Clifford. But how about that Bryce Young rookie? Alright, David and William. Alright, Kelsey, you went with the Prestige. And Nate went with the little Bowman U. Alright, Prestige going to Kelsey. You have I can't read that. Amani, Joe Mixon, Davis Mills, Taysom Hill, and your rookie, David Bell. David Bell. Nothing huge, unfortunately. But Kelsey, this card's coming your way. Alright, Nate. Bowman U Chrome for Nate. Alright. Jordan Battle. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bowman first, rookie right there. That's awesome. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bowman first. Ben Yorosek. Brennan Armstrong. and a Jermaine Burton parallel Bowman first. But how about the Jahmyr Gibbs? All right, guys. You guys are all welcome. Alright, let me put Marcus and Jose in there. Jose with the Commander-in-Chief spot. I've already put that in there. And then Mark, you got the Chargers. Alright. Alright, we're going to do baseball next. A little baseball love. Alright. Very simple. Everybody out there, you're going to give me two Major League Baseball teams. At the end, everybody that guesses correctly is going to go into random.org, and one person is going to get a 50-50 chance at a hobby pack, okay? So it'll either be an autograph, a pack with a guaranteed autograph rookie, or it'll be a whammy. And we'll make the whammy socks. So you're either going to get socks or a hobby pack. So no lose. Alright, so just two Major League Baseball teams on one line. And we're going to figure out which boxes here in a moment. But I want to show you real quickly spots that are still out there. We got some basketball guys out there. We got the Nets. We've got the Heat. The Pelicans and the Kings. Alright, so there's 4 basketball spots. Football, this one's the one that surprised me. You still got the Bears and the Titans. Bears and Titans, and they both have some nice hits in this. The Bears and Titans on the authentic Duke football and jersey, so it's a 2-box break. Baseball, we just have the Rays. It's 1 bat and 2 baseballs. And then we have, I think, 2 spots left in the Funko. And other than that, everything else is sold out. And I'll make a deal. Anybody that spends $50 or more on the site right now, $50 or more on the site starting now, I will give you a pack of Bowman U football from Bowman football from 2022. So I'll give you a pack of Bowman U football. $50 or more spent starting now. Alright, so this is the break. I'm just going to get this Bowman U pack. It'll be your choice. You got a couple packs here. So it'll be your choice. Alright, so boxes 1 and 3 are the possibilities here. 1 and 3. 1 is on the table, 3 is behind me in the den. One time, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 3, let's make that swap. Alright, coming on box 3. Coming off box 1. Alright, Jake. I've got you here with the Diamondbacks and the Braves. John with the O's. Mike has the Bo Sox. William's got the Cubs and the White Sox. Richard with the Reds and the Guards. Jake with the Rockies and the Tigers. Paul's got the Astros. William's got the Royals. Jake has the Angels and the Dodgers and the Marlins. David's got the Brewers and Twins. Jake has the Mets. Shirlene with the Yanks. Zachary's got the A's. David with the Phillies and the Pirates. Paul's got the Padres. Zachary's got the Giants. Paul's got the M's. William has the Cardinals. Shirlene with the Rays. Paul has the Rangers. Mike has his Jays. And John with the Nets. Alright, guys. I'm going to call no more guesses here. Alright, Chad, I got you in there. Alright, get that good luck baseball duck out there. Quack, quack! Alright, guys, good luck. Here we are. Box 3. Box 3 sealed up. Our secondary seal is going to be right there. Backside. Cut time. Alright, let's go. All right, here we go. From the Cleveland Guardians, although his era was the Cleveland Indians, second baseman, all-star, Carlos Baerga. Carlos Baerga coming out of here on a Beckett authenticated jersey. Carlos Baerga. All right, so Carlos Baerga to the Cleveland Guardians. And that's going out to Richard. Richard, congratulations. All right, Richard. Called the Indians. There we go. All right, everybody that guessed correctly, going into random.org. Indians. Flash guards. Jeff. I only see Jeff. Is that correct? I think Jeff is the only one that guessed correctly. So, Jeff, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to have the 50-50 chance here at either the hobby pack with an auto or a whammy. All right, Jeff. Do you want a little silver or do you want a little gold? Some might say there's no such thing as a bad whammy when you've got socks on the line. All right, Jeff, going with silver. That means you passed up on gold, and coming out of gold was the hobby pack. The hobby pack with the guaranteed auto pack, so we are missing out on the hobby pack. But, Jeff, are you feeling retro? Are we feeling good about a little retro love here? Because how about your own pair of Pac-Man socks? All right, these bad boys will be coming your way, Jeff. A pair of Pac-Man socks. Nom, 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 nom. Little 8-bit love. You are welcome. Jeff, well, Jeff, you bought $50 worth, so we're not going to stop there, Jeff. You aren't just getting the whammy. You're going to tell me left or right. Which of these, Jeff, would you like? All right, so you're going to get one of those right there, Jeff. And you closed out Tampa and the Titans here. All right, Jeff. Right, you got... Let me put your name on a sticker. Give me a second, Jeff. I used the last sticker from that package. So let me just grab a new package. Split second here. All right, Jeff. All right, you went with the right one. We got you. Right one. Left one out. Yeah, if you guys make a sale or trade or anything, just make sure you guys let me know. I'll be tied up for most of tomorrow during the workday, without being able to check a lot of work stuff. But I'll do my best to take care of things before that and after. All right, Jeff. This guy does not want to open for us. Maybe we're hiding some gold in here. All right, Jeff. You have a Drew Aller right there. That's a nice potential first-round draft pick next year. It's his Bowman first. Bijan Robinson. There you go. It's a nice pull. There's Tagovailoa. There's Tua's brother. There's a Will Levis. And a Tanner Morgan Bowman first parallel. But these two right here, Drew Aller and Bijan Robinson. Nice pulls. All right. Some good stuff coming your way, Jeff. All right, guys. It is time for a little football. We have one mini helmet, not one, but two jerseys. For this, I am going to have everybody in the chat give me four NFL players. If it comes out of the mini helmet or either jersey, your name is going to not go, you're automatically going to get a box of mystery, and there will be no whammies. All right, so no whammies on this. All right. For the mini helmet, let's see. I've got boxes 1, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 2. All right, box number 2 coming on. All right, box 2. Box 1, not today. We have 1 and 2 on the table. We also have 4 and 8 as possibilities as well. So 1, 2, 4, and 8 for the jersey. 1, 2, 4, 8. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so 1 and 2. The 2 that are out there, staying with what's out there. Alright, 1's on the left, 2's on the right, and then 2 is the mini helmet as well. Alright, we're going to call last call on those guesses. Feel free to hit that like button for a little good luck karma. See if that will work for you as well. Alright. We have Jake with the Cardinals, David with the Falcons, Dudley's got the Ravens, Matt's got the Bills, Michael's got the Panthers, David's got the Bears, Mike has the Bungles, Jake with the Brownies, Kelsey's got the Boys, Paul's got the Broncos and the Lions, Mike has the Pack Attack. We've got Paul with the Texans, Jeff has his Colts, Dave with the Jags, Marcus has the Chiefs, Case with the Raiders, Marcus with the Chargers, William's got the Rams, Scott's got the Dolphins, Roman's got his Vikes, Mike has the Pats, John has the Saints, William's got the Giants, John's got the Jets, Chris has the Fly Eagle Fly, Michael's got the Steelers, Christian's got his Niners, Marcus with the Seahawks, William with the Bucks, Anthony's got the Titans, and Jose's sitting on the commode. Alright guys, I'm calling it now. No more guesses. Alright guys. Box 1. There we go, let's go Big Hit, oh yeah, here we go, box 1, oh woo. Alright, box 1. Alright, so there's our seal right there. All the way around. Cut into that, see what we got. Well, this is that new series I forgot. It's a Rip It. You can cut all you want, we're still ripping. I'm hoping they fix that. Alright, we have a Cincinnati Bengal. Icky Woods coming out of here, doing a little Icky shuffle right there. So that is a Bengals hit, and that's going out to Mike. Mike, congratulations. A little Icky Woods. Donald with an Icky Woods guess right there. I can see the I Woods right there. I can see it right there, Donald. All right, anybody else with the Icky Woods guess? Beckett on the authentication. All right, box 2, guys. Box 2. Here we go. Let's go. Quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. Box 2 sealed up. Oh, here we go. Hall of Fame quarterback. Right there from the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly, that's a great hit right there. All right, let's pull this out because this is one of those stat jerseys. I like showing these off. All right, so Jim Kelly, stat jersey. All right. So there we go, Jim Kelly. James Edward Kelly. We have 237 touchdowns, 35,467 passing yards, 4-time AFC champion, only QB to lead his team to 4 straight Super Bowls, number 12, only number retired by the Bills, 2002 Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee. I didn't know that he was the only number retired by the Bills, actually. All right. Circle the wagons. Jim Kelly on the board. All right, so that goes out to Matt. All right, Matt. Jim Kelly. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Sealed up. Over the top. All the way around. Front. Back. It's go time. Okay. Pop it up. We have a specialty helmet coming out of here. We actually saw this player on a mini helmet already tonight. From the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold on a Salute to Service helmet. Very cool looking helmet right there. Salute to Service. Sam Darnold, Vikings. Going out to Roman. Roman, congrats. One of the OGs in here. Roman, congrats. Sam Darnold, right there. All right. Vikings on the board. Sam Darnold. Mini. I'm going to mark that salute. Service. Alright, guys. I know we had a Woods guess. Donald. Did we get any Sam Darnold guesses? No Sam Darnold. And the other one would have been Jim Kelly. Did we have any Kelly guesses? Alright, no. So Donald. I think Donald is the only one. Yes, you are, Thomas. I think Roman barely has you beat on that. Barely. All right, Donald. No whammies tonight. to go. All right, Donald. No whammies with the chance. One of these has a chance at a Josh Allen rookie year pack. A jumbo Josh Allen rookie year pack. All right, Donald, which one will you go with? He's going with the police. All right, Donald, you passed up on gold. Coming out of gold was a Score 2019, the loaded wide receiver year. Then you passed up on silver. Silver had a Bowman U Chrome pack. All right, so we passed up on a Bowman U Chrome pack. That means you have a chance here. This is a 2018 Jumbo hit pack with a chance at a Josh Allen rookie. All right, let's see if we can pull out one of the big rookies from 2018. Autos are possibilities in here. Josh Allen being the biggest name. All right. There's a Darius Fountain, Adam Brenneman, John Wolford. There's a Sonny Michel, Mark Andrews rookie. There we go. Bo Scarborough, Anthony Miller, Chase Litton, Akron Wadley, Anthony Miller parallel, Logan Woodside, Fred Warner, Puna, Will Hernandez, Akram Wadley, Jake Elliott, Roquan Smith rookie, all right, Walter Payton, Fred Warner, Michael Dixon, Orlando Brown Jr., and Puna Ford. All right, no huge names, but we did get a couple nice rookies in there. All right, Donald, those cards coming your way. Yes, the Mark Andrews is a nice rookie pull. All right, Donald, those cards coming your way. You're welcome. Alright, give me a second here. Justin with the Pels. Alright, guys. Let me just double check on one thing. Alright. There are literally, I think, 3 spots remaining? Yes, 3 spots remaining tonight. Alright, I'm just going to show you those right now. 3 spots remaining. Basketball. We have the Miami Heat, and that is it. Just the Miami Heat remaining, alright? Football. We have the Chicago Bears. Big time potential right there. Caleb Williams. And others. And there's 1 FUNKO spot remaining. So that's it. There's literally one FUNKO spot remaining. Everything else sold out. So everything else ready to go. But that's an update on everything for tonight. So 1 basketball, 1 football. Let's do a little baseball. Was waiting to do this one just because of room on the table, but because it's a brand new case. But let's do it. All right, everybody out there, everybody give me 4 names. 4 names that could come out of the baseball or any of the 6 bats that are coming from this big old case. All right, 6 bats coming out of this case. All right. As I potentially tear apart a box, I have no idea. It's coming from from RSA. Their bat boxes, when they were 4 boxes, 4 bats in a box, so much easier to open. So much easier. Alright, well, I'll just put these out. There we go, there's 1. 2. And 3. And then alright. The way this is going to work, this will be 1, 2, 3 in the front, and then the one behind this will be 4, the one behind this will be 5, and the one behind this will be 6. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and 6 are the ones that sit right behind it. Alright. And you're giving me 4 players in the chat for a chance, and we'll make sure that in the giveaway here, one of them is an autograph. If you guess correctly, one of them will, one of the items that's a potential will be a guaranteed auto. I need some guaranteed auto football product. I'm short on guaranteed auto football product right now for giveaways, so that's my next goal, to get some more of those. Alright. I guess I could do, I do have some. I know what I'll do moving forward. Alright, I do have some. Football. Alright, there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so random.org. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, it's going to be bat 3. So that's going to be the bottom one. So you see 3. Bottom one on the front here. The bottom one on the front. So I'm going to take, so it's going to be this guy right there. So I'm going to take these 2 off. Bear with me. I have a certain spot in the den where these go. And then these will come off. Alright, perfect. Now for the baseballs. On the table are 2 and 4. And let's mark this so we know that that's the right bat, so we don't change it. Let's put that while I'm marking. 2 and 4 on the table. I also have 5 and 8. 5 and 8. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, so 5 and 8. The 2 that are not on the table are going to be the 2 that are on the table. Alright, so here comes 5 and 8. And then there goes 2 and 4. Alright, guys. Last call on those guesses. We have Jake with his Diamondbacks, Matt with the Braves, Chris has the O's, Red Sox, Cubs, White Sox, Mike has the Reds tonight, Steve has the Guardians and Rockies, Stacy with the Tigers, Paul has the Astros, Steve with the Royals, Paul has the Angels in the outfield, Jake with the Dodgers, Steve has the Marlins, Chad with the Brewers, David's got the Twins and Mets, Case has the Yanks, Dudley with the A's, Steve with the Phillies, Richard with the Pirates, Dudley with the Padres, Zachary's got the Giants, Jake with the M's, Chris has the Cards, Jeff with the Rays, William with the Rangers, and then Mike has the Jays and the Nats. Alright guys, no more guesses here. Alright. Quick little note of our baseball note real quick. Alright, we'll take that note off. We have box 5 right here, box 5. Sealed up. Looking good. Secondary seal is down here. I know we pulled this name, and my mind is drawing blank on the team. Alright. Rawlings Authenticated Major League Baseball. We have Cade Horton. Cade Horton right here. My mind wants to say Cubs, but I don't quote me on that. Why am I drawing a blank on Cade Horton? Oh yeah. Oh, am I good? 7th overall, 2022 draft, Cade Horton. Alright, so Cade Horton. I thought I was on there. There we go, Cade Horton. Starting pitcher, third baseman, and shortstop. Cade Horton. Alright, but here's his pitching stats. Much better in Iowa than he was with Chicago, but hey, one game in the majors. Hey, you'll take it. You'll deal. Alright, but we have a Cubs hit there going out to Chris. Cade Horton. Congrats. One of the top prospects in all of baseball right there. Alright, let me put that back. Well, there, Chris. Cade Horton. Alright, box number 8. Box number 8 right here. Give it a little tap. Sealed up. There's our secondary seal. Oh, here we go. Hall of Famer out of this one. Legend. Alright, we have Rawlings Beckett Authenticated Major League Baseball from the Milwaukee Brewers. Robin Yount. Robin Yount coming out of there on a Brew Crew hit. Chad, nice hit, Chad. Robin Yount right there. Alright. Great hit. Jamie and Chad, or Cody with that Yount guess. Alright. Congrats, Jamie and Cody, on the Yount guesses. Alright, here we go. This is bat number 3. Sealed up right there on this end. And we're going to open up here on the knob end. Actually, I don't know. Would make this tight. Rawlings baseball bat. Alright. Well, a little swear word never hurt anybody, right? F the Dodgers. F the Dodgers. We have a little Jack Clark. Jack Clark. That's a Giants hit, guys. San Francisco treat. Going out to Zachary. Zachary. A little Jack Clark. F the Dodgers. F the Dodgers. That'll be a Jack Clark. Jack Clark coming out of there. Alright, so Jack Clark. I'm pretty sure it's a Giant. Yes, not even close. Alright, Zach. Zach got a little Jack. Alright. And that one is JSA in your authentication. And I'm going to give Mike credit on that one. Alright, so I've got 3 people. Mike, even if it was Will Clark, we'll go with it for Jack Clark. Alright, Mike. And then Yacht went to Jamie. And Cody. Alright, guys. There'll be 4 items out there. 4 items are going to be out here, guys. And all of them are hits. No whammies. And it's going to be that order. So it'll be the order as just mentioned. So no whammies, all packs. One of them has a guaranteed auto. Alright. We have Police, we have Babes, we have Silver, and we have Shark. Mike, you're going to pick first, then Jamie, and then Cody. Alright, Mike, go ahead. Then Jamie, then Cody. And we are all sold out, so thank you guys. Mike going Silver. Alright. Jamie, go ahead. Would you like Babes, Police, or Shark? And then Cody, be ready to make your selection. Hopefully we still have Jamie out there. Well, I will move to Cody. Cody, I'll let you make your selection, and we'll come back to Jamie later. But Cody, go ahead and make your selection. Jamie, if you're out there, Mr. or Mrs. Zorn. Sorry, I don't know, Jamie, if you're the Zorn. Cody going Shark. Alright, we'll come back to that for Jamie later. But for now, we got Silver going to Mike. Let's open up the Shark first, though. Alright, Shark. This is going out to Cody. Cody, you've got the Shark attack. Coming out of the Shark is a pack of Chronicles 2023. Chronicles 2023 baseball, Cody. Alright. There's a Adrian Pinto, a Joe Soul, Curtis Mead, and then we have a couple more. Rhino, little Ryan Sandberg, Zenith, and a Joe Mauer. Alright, those cards coming your way, Cody. Alright, Cody. And Mike, you went with Silver, right? Silver going to Mike. Here we go. Mike, look at this. This is a hobby pack with a guaranteed autograph rookie. Could have 1 auto or could have 2 autos. Let's find out, Mike. At least 1 autograph coming out of there, Mike. This is a hobby pack, 2021. Alright. Dominic Hamill out of 205. No, out of 205, a die cut Dominic Hamill. There's a Brandon Boissier out of 249. And then it looks like we do have 2 autos out of here. 2 autos. All right. There's a Dalen Lyle. And here's your first auto, Michael Morales. Michael Morales from the Seattle Mariners. There you go. A name I'm familiar with, Michael Morales. Mariner. And from the Washington, we have TJ White. TJ White coming out of there. All right, TJ White. The name's I'm not ringing a bell with TJ White, but I am Michael Morales. TJ White and Michael Morales. So 2 autos coming out of there for you there, Mike. All right. Well, have to put your stickers. I will let someone want to pick. Well, no. You know what? I will just send Jamie a pack here. Jamie, you're gonna get a pack. I will send you a pack in the mail. And we'll worry about that later. I'll save time. I'm just gonna put a sticker on a pack here for Jamie. Alright, guys, we'll do basketball. Hey, you guys are welcome. Thank you. Let me get updated. Case, Jake, and Matt. Thank you. Matt G closed out the Bear spot. Let's see. Jake closed out the Funko. And Case closed out the Heat. Heat is on. Alright. On the street. Alright, we got the basketball right here. Refresh time. Alright, guys, for this, very simple. All you have to do is put 2 NBA teams on one line. 2 NBA teams on one line. And at the end, we're going to take all those teams and we'll take one name and we'll take the top name after 7 times. We'll get to choose a box of mystery, and in the box of mystery will either be a $15 Dad Break gift card. So you either get a $15 Dad Break gift card, or you will get a pair of whammy socks. Alright, so it'll either be a $15 Dad Break gift card or a whammy pair of socks. Alright, jersey wise, we have 3 on the table. We also have 4, 5, and 6. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 for the jersey. That's the wrong button. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 1, 2, 3. 3 is our placeholder. 4 times. There's 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 4. Alright, let me grab box 4 from the basketball break. Alright, box 4. Not today for box 3. Then for the basketball, I've got box number 2 on the table, and I've got 4 in the corner of the den. 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 4. Let's make that swap. Alright, here is box 4. Coming off box 2. Alright. William's got the Hawks, Charlene's got the Celtics, Jeff has the Nets, Justin with the Hornets, Dudley with the Bulls, Kelsey with the Cavs, Matt's got the Mavs, Kelsey's got the Nugs, June with the Pistons, Paul's got the Warriors, Matt's got the Rockets and Pacers, Chad's got the Clip Show, Richard's got the Lake Show, William's got the Grizz, Case has the Heat, Cody with the Bucks, Matt has the T-Wolves, Justin with the Pels, Kelsey with the Knicks, Chad's got the Thunder, William with the Magic, Paul's got the Sixers, Jake with the Suns, Joseph with the Blazers, Jeff has the Kings, Matt has the Spurs, Andrew with the Raptors, Charlene with the Jazz, and David's with the Wiz. Alright, guys, no more guesses here. No more guesses. Alright, we got a little basketball on wheels. Oh, well, there goes the basketball on wheels. Box 4, sealed up. Backside, secondary seal. Cut into that. Alright, from the Boston Celtics, we have Mr. White. DJ is. No, it's not. I know this. It's not JoJo White, I know that. Celtics. It's not Derek, is it? Is that Derek White? That is Derek White. I didn't think it was Derek White. I honestly didn't think it was him. Alright, hey, Derek White. It is Derek. I honestly didn't think it was Derek White. That's why I was throwing myself off. What a trade that was when they got him from the Spurs, Derek White. Alright. So there we go. Derek White. That's pretty cool. That's a great defensive player. Really, just basically replaced Smart, allowed them to make that move, to move Smart and get perimeter movement from the big men. Just what a trade! Who did they give up to get him? I don't even remember. First round pick, Blake Wesley, essentially. Romeo Langford, Josh Richardson were the nobodies, really. It was basically Blake Wesley, which I would do that 100 out of 100 times. All right, Charlene. Derek White. Jersey. All right, nice hit, Charlene. All right, let's get that Whopper out there. All right. Box 4. We see that seal. All the way around. One cut. There's 2. There's 3. Tom Brady got his hands on this ball. All right. We have a team ball. A team ball. One of the greatest clutch three-pointers of all time. Robert Horry. Robert Horry's coming out of here. One of the best clutch shooters of all time. This will be a Laker hit. A former Spur, a former Miami Heat. But there we go. Laker magic right there. Robert Horry. Robert Horry. Los Angeles Lake Show. So we went big cities here. Big market, big cities. Lakers. And so Richard with the Lakers and Charlene with the Celtics. Robert Horry. Robert Horry, not Horry. All right. Beckett on our authentication for that. Alright, so I have a feeling there'll be several names that we put in the random.org for a 50-50 chance at a box of mystery. Yeah, he got a bunch. I was going to say at least 5 or 6. Alright, Charlene, I'm going to put your name in there twice because you literally got both of them on your guess. So we'll do that. Alright, so Lakers and Celtics. Got you, Jeff. Got you, John. You, Jake. You, Mike. Matt. Dudley. Kelsey did Lakers and Celtics as well. You'll be in there twice. Jones. Got you, Matt. Bucks Bulls. Dad and Will. Alright. A lot of names. Top name, you're going to get a box of mystery, alright? So top name here gets a box of mystery. One will be a whammy pair of socks. The other one will be a $15 Dad Break gift card. There's 3 times. We're at 4, 5, 6. One more makes it 7. Let's go. Alright, Charlene. Congratulations, Charlene. Not only did you get the Derek Waite, but you'll also get a box of mystery. Alright, Charlene. Let me put those boxes up. We'll do silver and gold. Why not? Keep it simple. One's going to have $15 Dad Break gift card. And the other one will have a pair of socks. Alright, Charlene, which one would you like? We've got silver, we've got gold. And where did I put my stickers? Silver it is, you got it, Charlene. Alright, you went silver. Alright, that means gold had the $15 Dad Break gift card. Sorry, Charlene. Alright, so we missed out on the $15 gift card. Charlene, here is the pair of socks that's coming with your hit. How about this? You're not a loser, you're a wiener. An Oscar Mayer wiener right there. Look at that. Pair of Oscar Mayer socks coming to you, Charlene. Congratulations. Oh yeah. Alright. It's Funko time. Alright, guys. So, in this break, I have to go get a case of jerseys. Correct. I'll be right back. I don't have a jersey up here. So you're going to have to bear with me. I have to get a jersey real quick. Alright, have no fear. I am here. Alright, guys. Let's figure out the photo, then the jersey, and then the Funko. You guys give me one letter from the alphabet. We have every number but numbers 3, 5, and 9. Every number but 3, 5, and 9. There's 2, there's 3, 4, 5. This is for the photo. 6 and 7 times. Alright, photo 6 here, guys. Photo 6. Alright. Now we gotta figure out which Funko we're gonna use. Or no, which jersey. We'll open up. It's a brand new case. this way. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 at the top, 6 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will be 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, box 1. So it's the one at the very top. So this guy right here, box 1. That'll be the jersey. These are coming off. And now we got to figure out the Funko. So we have 6 for the photo, 1 for the jersey. 2 is the placeholder. We also have 4, 5, and 6. So 2, 4, 5, and 6 for the Funko. 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, we're going to go with box 4 here for our Funko. All right. I'm going to call last call on those guesses. And then after that, I'll close the guesses, and then we'll see which one you're getting assigned. All right, so no more guesses here. No more guesses. We're going to do no changing guesses for this one after we see the letters we get assigned. So we'll have some fun with that. All right, no more guesses. All right, so if this was a 7th time, Jake would have the letter A and the letter Z. There's 1 time, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Jeff is going to have the letter A and the letters B. George is going to have the letter Z. All right, so that was 7 times. I'm going to copy these, and they'll go into our list here, and I'll refresh this momentarily. All right, Jeff, you're going to have the letters A and B. Jake, you're going to have the letter C. George, the letter D. Jake, the letter E. Paul, the letter F. Jake has G and H. June has I. John has J. George has K and L. Jake has M. David has N. Jake has O. June has P. George has Q. David has R. John has S. Christina has T. George has U and V. John has W. Jake has X. And George has Y and Z. Any trades? Any trades here? Give you guys about 8 more seconds to see if anybody wants to make a trade. Alright guys, no trades, let's do this. Alright, let's say, don't forget how awesome you are. Life can be coming at you fast and rough, and I can tell you that from first-hand experience in the last 4 or 5 days with me, so sometimes it's good to remember and just remember and enjoy those awesome times you have, because you don't know when they're going to end. And I can just say that from experience here right recently. Alright, this is really cool. Love this photo. Absolutely love this photo. Sean Kemp in an all-star photo. I think that was the San Antonio year, if I remember correctly. That is an amazing photo. Thanks, Jones. Alright, so that's going to go out to George, the letter K. I think that's the San Antonio year, if I'm not mistaken. 96-ish? Close to the Phoenix year. Thank you, guys. Alright, George. John Kemp. Alright. Christmas box 1. Box 1, jersey 1. Secondary seal right there. Cut into this, see what we got. Alright, how about the letter G? The letter G, Vlad Guerrero. Guerrero Jr. The letter G, Guerrero right there. Vlad Guerrero Jr. So that is going out to Jake. Vlad Jr. coming your way, Jake. Congratulations, Jake. Nice hit right there. Vlad Jr. The $500 man. Alright, and that obviously JSA on your authentication, Jake. Alright guys, here we go. Box 4. Sealed up. We'll cut into this area right there. Oh, look at that. We have a Clark Griswold. Clark Griswold. Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase. The letter C. Chevy Chase. Jake. Look at that. Jake, that is a Chevy Chase. Clark Griswold right there. And that is a Beckett authenticated going out to Jake the Snake. You are welcome. Clark Griswold. FUNKO. All right. All right, so that is CGI. No, CJK. We are close to having that CGI. All right, CJK. All right, who here has a JK? Chris has a J. That is the only... Chris, you're the only correct guess here. Alright, the Truman Show. Here we go. 2 hits, 1 whammy. On the Truman Show. Alright, 2 hits, 1 whammy, Chris. Alright, Chris. You can either go with the Golden Egg, the Babes, or the Police. Yeah, Chris, you're the only one that guessed correctly. You're going to get to pick a box there. 2 hits, 1 whammy. Police, you got it. Alright, we passed up on the Babes. Coming out of the Babes was the $15 Dad Break gift card. So we missed out on the Babes, alright? And then you took the Police. That means we missed out on a whoopee cushion. No whoopee cushion coming your way. Alright, so we passed gas and took the police. And check this out. You're going to get a pack of Topps Chrome Baseball 2024. All right, Topps Chrome 2024, Chris. Let's see if we can pull one of these monster hits that are out of this series. There's a Jared Jones rookie. That's a big one. C.J. Abrams. A Fernando Cruz rookie parallel. And Lennon Sosa. So we got a couple rookies. Cruz and a really nice Jones rookie. And C.J. Abrams All-Star. So we didn't get into the Patriots or autos, but nice looking rookie there of Jared Jones. Alright, guys. One more break. Good luck, everybody. This is the Duke football, so it's an authentic football. And that is going to be paired up with one jersey. The jerseys are over here. We'll just mark these as 1 through 5. Alright, so these will be 1 through 5. For this, everybody out there, the way we'll end tonight, everybody's going to give me one team. That's all we'll do, is one team. If you guess correctly, everybody's going to get a pack of their choice. You know what? No. Everybody will get a pack of Bowman U Chrome. We'll do it that way. So everybody's going to get a pack of... You stuck around? Everybody will get a pack of Bowman U Chrome. Alright, so give me one team. Alright, so we got boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 through 5 for the jersey. One, 2, 3, 5. That is not a 5. One time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. So it's the bottom one here for the jersey. And then for the football, we have box 38 on the table. We also have box 55. So 38 and 55. One time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. So 38, the one that's currently out there. Alright, guys, final break of the night. Good luck to everybody. We have Jake with the Cardinals, John with the Falcons, Matt has the Ravens, Mike has the Bills, Stacy has the Panthers, Matt G with the Bears, Matt P with the Bengals, Mike has the Browns, Matt G with the Cowboys, Matt P with the Broncos, Paul's got the Lions, June has the Packers, Paul has the Texans, Jeff has his Colts, Steve has the Jags, June with the Chiefs, Matt with the Raiders, Jake has the Chargers, we have Stacy with the Rams, William with the Dolphins, Matt P with the Vikes and the Pats, Chad has the Saints, Matt G has the Giants, the Jets, the Eagles, and the Steelers, Chad has the Niners, Matt G has the Seahawks, Christian has the Bucks, Jeff has the Titans, and Matt sitting on the commode. Alright, guys, no more guesses. Good luck. Thank you guys again for breaking with me. I always appreciate it. I know you're spending your hard-earned time, but more importantly, your hard-earned money. So thank you. It does not go unappreciated and unthanked. And I try to at least make it entertaining at the very least. Alright, guys, here we go. Tails never fails. Secondary seal right there. Cut into this, see what we got. How about this from the Jacksonville Jaguars? A little Jimmy Smith, who, if I'm not mistaken, might still be the all-time career receptions leader or yards leader with the Jaguars. There we go, Jimmy Smith on a Beckett authenticated Jaguar hit. All right, so the Jacksonville Jaguars going out to Steve. Congrats, Steve. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. And at the very least, even if that doesn't entice everybody to feel, that they get that, know that the largest portion of all the proceeds from these breaks go towards my daughter's 529 college fund. So that's what I think is amazing out of this from my perspective. So thank you. Something that I can't believe I'm able to do for her. Alright guys, Beckett on our authentication. Alright guys, here we go. This is box 38. For whatever reason, there's shrink wrap, a little hole up there, but it's wrapped all the way around. Looking good. There's a secondary seal. 38 is the number. Little tap here. Fails. Never fails. Alright guys, good luck. Alright. Secondary seal. There. Bottom. All the way around. Let's do this. Cool. We've seen this name tonight already. We have seen this name tonight. Let's see if there's a team on here. We have a Hall of Famer from four-time Hall of Famer from the Buffalo Bills. We have legendary quarterback Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly from the Buffalo Bills. Mike, congratulations. This is going to go north of the border to you. This is the first time Jim Kelly hit for you on a football. So thank you, Mike. Congrats. That is so cool. On a Duke autograph authenticated football. So we have the Bills and the Jaguars. Alright, so congratulations, Mike. Jim Kelly football. Alright, so if you guessed the Bills or Jaguars, if nobody did, we'll figure this out and still do something. Hey, sorry, David. As I always tell everybody, I wish I could give everybody a hit. Bengals and Bills. I don't see anybody with the correct guess here. Or, not Bengals, but Jaguars and Bills. So stick around, guys. Don't jump out just yet. Alright, we're going to put all the names into random.org. Alright. Top name, you know what? Top name on the 7th time, I'm going to give you a $15 Dad Break gift card. We're just going to do that. Alright? You stuck around to the end here. As long as you are here, I still need you here. So if you jumped out and I pick your name, you're going to miss out on a $15 Dad Break gift card. Alright, 7 times. Here's all the names. $15 Dad Break gift card. All you have to do is stick around to the end. Put a guess in. You're eligible for this. There's 4 times. There's 5. We're at 6. One more makes it 7. Let's do this. Donald! Alright, Donald. You're going to get in a break spot here. So, Donald, message me either on Dad Breaks or through eBay. And I will have to get you a $15 gift card. Alright, so you have to message me through Dad Breaks or on the site or online. Make sure you do that, because that way I can get you your email address and you'll get a $15 Dad Break gift card, Donald. Alright, guys. That's going to do it. I'm going to have the spots here for Friday's break on the site here in the next few minutes. If you have questions, let me know. But thank you so much again for breaking with me. And you are welcome, Donald. Have a great night, guys. I will have stuff here for Friday's break in a few minutes on the site. If you have questions, reach out. I'll be hard to get a hold of during the day tomorrow with my job work stuff. I work for a school and just a lot going on at the school tomorrow, so I'll be in touch with you guys either before or after. Take care, guys.